Swiftblade, Keeper, and Cthulhu Font bands coming out. And now we got these picks. Parasite into Magnus, Pebbles into Tempest. So more of the jungle versus jungle. I think it's officially back, man.
It is. I mean, it's because, like, there's no point running in secondary support because you can't really take too much effect in terms of sort of ganking because, you know, like, there's no kind of dust. Supports don't get enough farm because the gold sort of average or the gold tick isn't a lot, and sort of pulling as a secondary support isn't just as good as just farming it, put simply. And most of the supports are laning supports if they're viable, like Empath, Torture, Rhapsody. You don't really see like other secondary supports that have utility, like maybe like Pearl or even Infora perhaps. And there's going to have to be a little bit of a change in terms of balance if we're going to see the jungle meta sort of fade away, but not the case now. And actually Warbeast picked up though. I'm a little bit excited to see this actually.
And
I guess it's going to be Suicide, most likely.
Absolutely. I mean, again, they have the Parasite, exactly what I was going to say. I mean, they definitely have Suicide potential now. You know, a player that, oh, look at that, Maliki coming out. They pick it up before it can be banned here with that final pick. So, I mean, that means that they pass up a potential hero, something like a Kraken. Now, they do have a Magnus already, so possibly, yeah, that makes sense then. That's what they could have gone with. But I was going to say, you know, I was almost thinking, oh, what you got's going to play that, but then I thought to myself, wait, he's not actually on this team. He's on the other one. He's on No Stone Gaming. So
what are the other US teams?
What are the other ones? Again, they've all played together so often, so kind of hard to keep track of who's where sometimes.
They should be called like USA number 1, USA number 2.
Yeah, just the US teams.
Keep
it
simple.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do actually like the Magnus pickup instead of the Kraken pickup in this game because although Labyrinth is a great Kraken player, and I think you should always maybe be wary of his Kraken, but I mean, you saw like without the portal key, Kraken doesn't offer as much as like a Magnus done, and in game 2 they were really sort of struggling in the early game phase because no one really offered anything past maybe 15 minutes, and that was obviously the risk they were sort of going into, and obviously, you know, Night Raid did take advantage of this, and so at least Magnus, even if he has a bad start, even if he goes Suicide, he can offer something because of that Lava Surge, and Kraken needs that portal key. Yes, he's a great initiator, yes, he's a great team fighter, but he needs those sort of core items to get, you know, involved and to get ready, whereas Magnus, he's good from the get-go, so I do like the sort of switch in strategy here.
Yeah. Bands following up now, the Kraken, the Glacius, Slither, or Bubbles into Slither again, obviously, so actually, yeah, Slither, that's a little different than what we've been seeing. I don't think we've been seeing those Slither bans in the previous game, so it's almost like that. And I said that, and I thought about it. I was like, wait a second, that kind of comes out of left field a little bit, but taking away the Slither option, I mean, it possibly could maybe have something to do with the push potential, so there can be decent in that, obviously, with the wars, I guess, but...
Yeah, strong solo as well. Like, there's going to be dual mid, and they need a solo bot because Suicide Warbeast is going to happen, so... And it's fine, and you don't want to have too much sort of farm ability. That's what I kind of call it. Like in the sense that like you've got Warbeast, you need to farm on. Pebbles needs farm on. If you go like a hard carry as well, that's kind of a lot of farm. Seeing as you've got Parasite, you want to have that early game presence, and going like a hard carry is not going to work. So Sliver's a good ban here. Actually, I do like it. We used to say it all the time back in the old Stay Green get days. So, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, we did. So, Empath, the final ban happening from Misery here for Night Raid. Kraken, Bubbles, and Empath in total, they're 3 follow-up bans, so taking away support option to finish things off there. But yeah, again, the Malikan pick up. A lot of you, I wouldn't be surprised, you know, a lot of you guys, the fans here reacting to that kind of pick up, and we never really see that one. But again, in Don's case, it happens to be one of Probust's go-to carriers. We've been stressing that. That Silhouette's another one, of course, that he's been playing frequently lately. So Malikan, you do see overall, and the overall stats down there, I wouldn't be surprised if 4 out of 5, or at least 3 out of 5 of those games happen to be from Probusk playing it there. But yeah, I mean, the hero, when it comes to AoE synergy, when it comes to team fight potential, okay, it's definitely an ideal carry in the end, of course. So it's going to be fun to see how it works out here. Now their final ban again, just like we saw this actually. Well, I guess it was Night Raid's case last game. I mean, a lot of extra time being used on this final ban here. Maybe they're going to have a torture in the end with that final one. And you know, I always think about that too. You know, part of me is like, you know, we find ourselves saying like, oh, they're using a lot of extra time here. They must be thinking about something. But for all we know, you know, he's just texting somebody on his phone and just like simply for, oh yeah, that's right. Now we're banning here. So, but I would like to think that there was.
Nah, man, it's not like that. I mean, like being a captain myself, there is sometimes where particularly when the pressure's on. Like sometimes you just pick a hero that doesn't make a lot of sense, honestly, but it's just because you don't want to random. Like I did it all the time, maybe because I was just a crappy leader or a crappy drafter. But the fact of the matter is, when you get like 10 seconds left and you're like, oh, what should I pick? What should I pick? You pick maybe a bad pickup, and then once you think about it, like, oh, this hero doesn't make sense in our lineup, and I think it's important, honestly, for top teams specifically, that you got to try and get that advantage any way possible. And with the draft, those kind of little things do make a big difference. And I'm all for trying to be as efficient as possible and try and sort of squeeze as much advantages as out as possible. So I think it's definitely a case. And I mean, if there's a lot of money on the line, you'd hope that people are playing or taking it seriously.
Of course, yeah. Now, again, this kind of goes back to what I was referring to last game as well. You know, the idea that if the team has a little extra time, pick pretty quickly if you're in this case on the Legion side. And they did that. It was pretty much a snap pick, Wretched Act finish there. So, you know, sure, they obviously get their pick in the end with the Pharaoh, it looks like here. But, you know, who knows? Maybe they felt a little rushed and, you know, so it didn't get as much thinking as they perhaps would have liked there. But Pharaoh, sure enough, is the final pick. You know, against heroes like specifically a War Beast can be good against him, which would be my ultimate guess as to why they very possibly picked him up. But
it's more to sort of try and support Malakin. Like, Bubbles is banned, and Bubbles is perfect with Malakin, because with Malakin, yeah, he's great damage, great team fight, but you need to really lock down and sort of to keep the enemy team in place so you can actually, you know, dish out your damage because of that splash potential. And obviously, it's good against War Beast as well, so it's perfect, really.
Yeah. Huh? I don't get it. Well, that was interesting.
Is that pause, instant unpause?
Into unpause. OP. And there's
into pause.
There we go. Yeah, again, obviously, the tournament rules now. The insta pause is in play, so it's again a nice little small feature that was added. Makes it so just in case situations arise. We got the Headless Horseman Pyromancer, the brother of the Headless Horseman, who's currently in Mid Wars now, I guess you can say. Yeah, I swear, man. So ever since we did that that Mid Wars Rift Wars tournament, that Quincy event. Every Mid-Wars game I've played, everyone tries to do the deny thing. Half the game, people just die and they fail at it, but so it's actually just funny. But at the same time, it's also like, really? Freaking tryhards. Of course, I do it too, so I guess I...
You're number one tryharder in Mid-Wars.
That's very true.
Bet you buy like Shrunken Head and wards and everything.
I never do that. Okay, if you
don't even lie.
Okay, no. Anyone that watches my stream, which isn't many people, but anyone that watches my stream knows that Mid Wars, when it comes to that, Shrunken Head is like, it's a no for me. I will never pick up Shrunken Head ever in Mid Wars. It's too try hard.
It's never too tried.
We need another one of those events. Speaking of that, Quincy, I know you're listening in.
Quincy,
what's the deal, huh? What's the deal, huh? We're gonna make this happen again. Be fun to see if that.
What about when you did that Kane? Was it like the Kane? No, it's like the whole stream.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that's something you know. Ideally,
thanks for my invite, by the way.
Well, we wanted insight, so Waza.
Damn, man.
The Waza insight.
I've been playing Kane recently. Like, Hero's sick, by the way.
Yeah, he's as I've said, man. And again, I know I say this with like new heroes a lot, but he's my kind of hero. He really is. I mean, I like the idea of the hero, and I've kind of played him a couple times now. So
what's up with like Heroes on Earth and hooks, man? They have like Devourer, Prisoner, Gauntlet, and now sort of Kane has a semi-hook as well.
Yeah, I know.
They love hooks, man.
He's not a hooker. There's no.
He's not a hooker, but it's a semi. It's a small hook. I'd call it a small hook because
a semi-hooker.
Semi
part-time hooker.
Part-time hooker. Oh man.
Hey, Indie Pindy, subscribing to the channel.
No,
not many subscribers we get, but Indie Pindy, sub-hype indeed. Welcome to the Honcast subscribers. That kind of brings up a fun point there, guys. Obviously, you know, when it comes to Honcast subscription, you know, in the end, it's we're not really advertising, we're not really pushing it for the reason that we don't necessarily need it on our end. It's more for your guys' end. If you want to subscribe simply for the emotes, then by all means. I mean, I think we do have some fun emotes personally, but and then every once in a while we will do some sub-only giveaways. So in that sense, it does kind of help your chances of winning some avatars if you would like.
It's like investment, man.
It is, exactly. You know, you win one giveaway, you basically made that money back. So
yep,
good to go. So, anyways, into the game here. We got Game 3, ladies and gentlemen, coming at you. Again, this will be followed up by Sync versus Bad Monkey Gaming. Exactly, Quincy. Yeah, I saw you just tried to do it, and then nobody actually entered in.
Well, I said it's a free win to whoever subscribes. Like,
there you go.
There's
That's
one subscriber.
Even more reason.
Even but yeah, I mean, with the Pharaoh pickup though, like we talked about with Dawn though, how they had a little bit of greedy lineup with in game 2 because they picked up the Kraken, but they've got Magmus and Pharaoh now, so they don't need barely any farm except for the Malika and the Tempest, which is fine honestly, because you never want to go too greedy, seeing as actually Night Ride have gone a little bit aggressive again. They've got the Paris picked up again, they've got the Pebbles as well, and even the Wretched Tag can get involved earlier on, and it's always good, like, because if you get too of a greedy lineup, it happens like what happened in game 2. You just get overrun. Just can't handle the amount of early aggression, can't get your core items quick enough, and as a result, you pay the price. But hopefully, be a little bit different here for Dom.
You know what? I'm pretty sure Night Raid almost thought that they were doing Conqueror.
Yeah, I saw that. Pebbles came over. He was super scared.
They all 4 of them, and he started charging out of the Conqueror pit. Yeah, I mean, you look at this Helper line. Pharaoh in general is one of those heroes. It's like, okay, let's at least check it and make sure that's not happening. Yeah, in this case, it wasn't, obviously, so not the biggest deal in the world. But, yeah, for a Game 3, I mean, it's one thing to do it like in a Game 1, but in a Game 3, that would be a risky play indeed. Yeah, so, but no level 1 Conqueror. But middle lane matchup will be that Pebbles Pyromancer versus the Rhapsody Magnus here.
Oh, no.
Fun one. What's up?
Top lane.
What the hell's going on up here?
He ruined his pool completely.
Oh, no.
That's going to be a little bit frustrating, actually, because now Provost is going to get a free neutral stack as well as the creep wave himself and just give loads of farm. I was actually going to say, actually, I like the way how Dawn of laned this, because you should never, ever try and 1v2 a Warbeast, because he can easily just pull the lane, and Warbeast isn't the greatest laner, sort of 1v1. His main effect is that he can pull the lane, and obviously having a secondary support doesn't do much, so it's a lot better that they've run this dual support. But look at all these creeps, man. There's so many creeps up here.
Oh, gee, yeah, I guess that's one of the downsides of doing that pull. I mean, if you screw it up even so slightly, then it can really be beneficial in this case for the Malika. You see the Archer back here, kind of got lost. Yeah, stops that creep wave a little bit, but even helping Provosk in that case, I would think. But anyways, so yeah, but to say the least, Provosk is, I mean, hell, he's already level 3.
Yeah, he's at 300 GPM already. He's like 130, and like he's the highest GPM because he got a full like neutral creep camp to himself. Like, it's pretty big.
It's not easy to do. I mean, yeah. So when you do it so often, it becomes
you just got to keep
memory.
Vision.
But yeah, you got to.
You just got to keep vision, obviously, with the dogs. But if it was me or you, Breaky, we would never.
Well, exactly. Well, I say that's not easy to do because I've tried it myself. It's not easy to do. Damn it. Well, these guys just make it look so easy. But Warbeast, he is actually in a lot of trouble here. Malikan, hero block up Murado attacks one more. No, we can't get it off. Will he get it? Yes, he will. Now he's going to take a lot of tower damage here. I think he's going to be fine. Yes, he's definitely going to be fine.
And this is where he gets honestly dangerous for Warbeast because he's a great 1v2 laner, but 1v1 he is so scary because he doesn't have that escape mechanism, and he doesn't have any kind of nuke potential to really harass as well as get creep kills. He's just got the battle cry, and it's just not enough lane presence, honestly. And that gank now for Probus, he's 500 GPM, man. It's like 2.5 minutes in the game. Jeez.
Yeah, not what you need if you're Night Raid. Again, going back to that shoe factor, the Probus factor here. So it's not looking good as far as that's concerned. But as far as the other lanes here, I mean, sure, Malika makes it look completely skewed, and everyone else is sucking, but not really. I mean, Misery is doing okay. You're 280 gold per minute. Against Magnus is 285, so really back and forth battle here. Now, the one thing that is, I mean, Retchak 10-6 against a Pharaoh who's 7-2, so Cookies is winning the bottom lane as well in the end. You do see Suicide Warbeast 4-3
that's what I mean.
solo, but
okay, we don't have the greatest sort of numbers for the dual lane, but I mean, if we had maybe like 3 or 4 more games, I'd assure you that the dual lane would be more in favour because of that advantage he has in the lane. And man, I love these stats from Quincy because like sometimes you say something and like the stats are there to back you up, so it even helps even more. Actually, top lane again, Warbeast, he might be falling.
Yeah, he does not have ulti-form, obviously. Malikan knows this. Auto attacks one more, and we ate the tree in the last second. Now, is he going to get killed? No,
he'd be fine. Yeah, and this is what I mean, like, Warbeast just sucks 1v1, and particularly if he gets ganked level 1, and then Probus again, just showing, dominating the factor, and at the same time, you can spare Rhapsody in the middle lane, and it helps, obviously, Magnus get his farm as well mid, so,
well,
Dawn, man.
You know what I'm looking at? I know, there's been a lot of factors that come into play here as why Malikan's having a good time, but honestly, I'm just looking at it on paper, I think Malikan versus a Warbeast in 1v1 is, Malikan has a good advantage, man. At least
yeah,
until level 6, obviously. I mean, the fact that actually middle lane Magma's going to get caught out here, and Dawn is going to pick up a kill or excuse me, Night Raid's going to pick up a kill finally. So at least they get on the scoreboard as they take out Magnus, and actually Misery getting credit for that. So that's what they're going to be relying on is Pebbles and his start and being good with that. But yeah, again, going back to that, it's like the fact that Malikan has a way to not only slow him down early on again without the ultimate, that's actually very powerful against the War Beast. And on top of that, he actually gets those enchanted flames to do just maximum damage potential.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is the sword throw, because he can harass while getting creep kills as well, which is the biggest thing. Obviously, War Beast doesn't have any kind of like nuke spell, so and obviously he has better CS, obviously with the enchanted flames as you said. So yeah, man.
But again, so he's not having a good time. Warbeast isn't having the best of times. But now I'm a little curious about this. It's kind of a minor thing, but he actually does get level 3 Hellhounds over level 3 Battlecry. And I almost want to say, maybe that normally would be the case, but because of his struggles, I almost want to say maybe buffing your other lanes even more might be more beneficial. But
I think it actually depends. Like, if you're winning the lane, you should max that Battlecry because you help your teammates. But if you're if you're losing the lane, then you should go jungle with 3 Hellhounds, which would be better. His jungling presence, but he's just sitting on the lane, and I don't get it. Like, if you're gonna max or go level 3 summon Hellhounds, then you have to go jungle because he's not gonna get much in this lane. Like, he's died twice. He's most likely gonna die a third time. Ooh, yep, here comes.
There we go, exactly what we're talking about. There's the ulti, there's no chance of McPherson. Now, Fearedom actually in a pretty good direction there. It doesn't matter, though.
Just go jungle. Like, I mean, if we can point it out, then I don't understand why President can't see it. Like, you have to just go jungle in this case, but absolutely dominated here. And, I mean, yeah, Provost is playing well, but President 23 clearly not showing that he plays Suicide War. 5.
Why?
It's his younger brother.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Is it actually? Do you know that?
No, I'm joking.
I know President 23 is another player, but I think it's another player at least. Anyways, Magnus gets comboed here, and yeah, he's dead in the meantime. So President 25 there. He is heading back towards the top lane with that said. So yeah, it's really kind of just really. I mean, it's not. It's already bad, and you're almost making it worse here by constantly going back up here. So. We'll see. I mean, he's already died 3 times. Malikan level 8. He is just well on a way to a friggin' Insanitarius, man. I mean, he's going to have it very early on in this game. And that means that start's obviously going to be beautiful for him. But again, the other lanes, Pebbles specifically, his start continues to be very good. 378 gold per minute. He's got the full steam boots. That's it currently. But, he's not getting the farm that Malikan's getting for good reason, but still. Now, he needs to be careful here as, Magnus, he's trying to get in range, but nope. Pebbles reacts just in time and is able to run away before he actually gets jumped right there. And it's going to be fine. So, what was it that I wanted to actually bring up? I forgot. Darn it. Anyways. Bottom lane, Wretched Hag. How has Cookie's been looking still? Yeah, he's definitely still doing much better than the Pharaoh now. I mean, 35 and 22 compared to a 13 and 4 Pharaoh. So, yeah, he's really locked down this Pharaoh now. But again, the biggest thing, even with Warbeast struggling, he is applying the level 2 buff at least. And that's 22 damage. I mean, that's a lot of freaking bonus attack damage that you're getting. So, jeez, did he almost get in trouble again? Yeah, he is level 6 now at least.
Can't feed anymore now.
Yeah, that's...
I'm joking.
You can have
expect some rotations coming out from Referrer when he gets level 6, actually, because he's just going to try and soak up experience. I mean, he's going to get dominated from Hag. That's just guaranteed. That's the matchup. But there's the level 6, and I would like to see him rotate, unless he's going to try and kill this Hag, actually.
Yeah,
he's got to do it now.
Is he going to go for it? Rocket? Anything?
No, it's
there's the rocket. Oh, wait, did he take it off?
Yeah, he took it off.
He's going to go?
He blinked as well. He should go if he wants to.
He doesn't know where he is, though, to be fair. I mean, it's such a risky hook.
Just YOLO, man.
Just come on, God Vision, like we have. Just use it.
Yeah, mate. He's over here, like. Can't you see?
So obvious, yeah. It's understandable.
That's fun. He could still got some more experience now because obviously he's pushed Hag out of the lane, but expect him to start rotating and ganking because even if he's winning this lane, like he should try and utilize obviously his skills. Like he's not obviously a carry, he's not really like an initiator. He needs to stop ganking, get involved, particularly the middle lane actually, because like they had a bad time with Magnus and Rhapsody, as they should honestly. But try and rotate mid or even top because there's a push going on here. But there's a TP rotation. Actually, Parasite's here as well.
They really need something here, at least on the Tempest. There's the opening with the auto attacks. Leech, the face hug. It is going to follow up. Wretched Hag following suit as well. Malikan is at least going to try to help him. Yeah, puts out the crowd control with the fear. He has a sword throw as well. He's going to get away. Beautiful play by Probusk, especially helping out his teammate. And it's not often you see his Malikan freaking possession used as a crowd control. But he does a Rhapsody. Oh, the stun! The ultimate from Tempest comes out. Pebble's going to be locked out. Will this be enough damage? Short throw comes in as well. Yes, it will. Parasite's even joining the party. He's now coming in with the Hell Cannon. So now Tempest actually is low. Leech is only level 2, though. It's not going to be enough damage just yet. He knows this. He's putting in the auto attacks. He's trying to get enough damage. Lifespan Go-Go, he's still on the run. They are diving big time. They will finish off Tempest. And 4 players are here. They're now chasing Malikan. He has a sword throw. He's going to be able to use it. Going for a turn, perhaps? No, he's not going to man up. I thought with Magnus coming in, that could have been big. But Magnus does still stun him. Feral Rocket comes out. Down goes Warbeast. So this is the problem with Night Rage diving so far. They are now in a lot of trouble on the run here. I think that should be the end, though. Oh, no, Pharaoh's coming in, actually. Yep, there's the hook. It lands a Pyromancer, and that'll also be a dead Pyromancer in the end. So, I mean, not really worth all that they lost to get the kill that they did.
The rotation from Yellow Rexar was really, really slow, actually, though. Like, I mean, it worked out in the end, actually. Pebbles most likely be dropping here as well.
We'll talk about the pub trade, man. All of a sudden, an 05 show up middle, and yeah, the SG train is apparently real in this game. Well then, look at that too. Whispering Helm actually picked up by Probusk. He actually went to Steam Staff, and even the Helm of the Victim, which obviously makes both, but then he actually just gets the Whispering Helm. Wonder if that was just deciding to go for one or the other later on, or figured he would get the Steam Staff for the little bit of extra attack damage, I guess, earlier. But anyway,
needs the Minotaur to stun.
That's true.
It can work honestly quite well, but they're gonna try and go for the deny. And you can get it.
Timing perfect, and there it goes. So, yeah, I mean, this is what I actually want to stress, too. I mean, Quincy pointed it out, but you look at the stats right here from Probusk and Malakin. Pretty good. 11 kills, what was that? 646 gold per minute in 3 games, and, of course, being 3-0 with that set.
It's got 500 at 11 minutes, so...
yeah.
Expect that record to be broken, most likely.
If this keeps up at this rate, definitely a lot of potential. For that to happen. So, you know, that even goes back to the logic that Labyrinth third picked it for them. I mean, the first 2 games he was waiting to maybe get it later on, you know, eventually got banned, though, as you would expect. They third picked it, though. They made the point, you know, we're going to get it now. We know you're going to ban it. And obviously it's working out plentiful here in what is the third and very crucial final game, of course. So, Pebbles, 1,200 gold. Obviously the death has slowed him down once again, but once he gets the portal key, that's going to continue to go back to that being the big possible difference maker here for Night Raid and giving them the best chance. But a lot easier said than done when the other team has, again, that Malakin and the farm that he's looking at here at this point. So, pause coming out here.
Interesting skill build coming from Tempest, actually. He's got 1 point in Meteor, and actually, we were talking with Zlap the other cast, actually. He was saying how he's got some new jungle rotations, actually, and I mean, it does work quite well. You can obviously farm a lot faster because you can just cycle these 3 camps, and without running all the way through it, you can just run through it instead of all the way around it. And I mean, they do it in Dota all the time, actually. Like they go like I think he didn't get Meteor level 2 though. I think he got it a little bit later, but still obviously good whenever you get it. But increases his farming, and he hasn't really need the extra sort of stun or the extra stun damage coming from Glacial Blast. And seems to be doing fine. Just an interesting note to make there.
Has he actually been using that like Zap was talking about?
He just did it. He just did it. Look at the yellow camp. All the trees are dead.
Oh yeah, no, good point.
So he has been using it. And it's only 85 mana as well, and it's definitely worse. Or not 95 mana, sorry. But he's got the Ring of Sorcery, so he doesn't have the Blood Shadows though. Which is something that Zlap actually mentioned, but
true.
Still can work fine, I guess.
Yeah, it's you know, good, especially on a hero that's just so old school, so classic. You know, he's just been around for so long. See it still changed up as far as the playstyle. Yeah, exactly.
It's cool.
And that's definitely the case there. All right, so Inkling joining the party. Gonna tell him to start going here. We're already delaying a little bit, so
that's true.
Make sure the thing's rolling. By the way, actually, I wouldn't bring this up earlier. I might as well now. Gold Division, as usual, it's fun to follow, and we've got some fun matchups there. I'm actually going to pull up the brackets on the screen for you guys real quickly. As you can see, there you go. Some noticeable teams that are in it still, as well as out of it for that matter. But the in it teams, you got Rexars going up against Telechubbies. Don't know those guys, but Rexars, obviously, we know plenty of them. Wop Dashes versus Shrek is Love in the other winter bracket semifinals there. So that's being played, I believe, even right now as we speak. So that's good seeing those 2 teams. In the bottom portion, you got Tang Zhang Pei. Maybe you recognize Other than that, though, Twisted Fusion and Not Excellent actually both getting knocked out there in the bottom bracket, which means that they're out now of Gold Cycle 4. So, interesting results there.
No, apparently...
WAP took it, okay.
Yeah, that's what...
That was WAP Dash, kind of. WAP Dash, apparently they've gone through a roster change, so. But, anywho. Was played last week. Oh, okay. Probably that one. Played another week, yeah. Quincy is the gold match master, as well as being the stats keeper. Guy, you look at these stacks happening too. Malik is just going around clearing through these stacks.
Yeah.
That's to the credit, obviously, of the Legion team. Hell, to even do that when you have a jungle on your team in Tempest, that's impressive in itself.
Yep.
But getting
That's
that
true.
farm up.
I mean, and also, like, when you... I mean, he hasn't really been doing it, but obviously his team has been farming Ancients. But, like, you can farm level 3 Ancients with Possession because it obviously gives the splash damage. And obviously you have the armor as well, and you do a lot of damage as well. So you can easily take Ancients as early as, like, level 8, level 9. Like, whenever you pick up the Whispering Helm, you can do Ancients practically, so...
Yeah.
Oh, there's the notice.
There you go.
There's the slap down.
There you go. Gotta keep things going here. There you go. Does a great job as always, though, with that send. Bottom lane, yep. Wretched Hag going to be caught, and the burst damage is going to be real there. So, or so, not necessarily burst, I guess, but just damage enough to lock her down and eventually kill Wretched Hag. So well played there. Magnus and Pharaoh come together.
I mean, they really need this portal kill on Pebbles. Like, they've just sort of been sort of a little bit static since the initial laning phase, and obviously Dawn had a better laning phase just because a little bit of honestly outplayed. They didn't do too well in the middle lane, but I mean, once the portal kill on Night Raid is online for Pebbles here, which they just think they just got it, hopefully it's going to be something to start them get back into this game. But I mean, Dawn's already going as 5, so the hopes of any sort of pick-off potential is not going to be there. They have to play it. They have to fight as 5 or split push. But Parasite is coming over though, so maybe they're going to try and defend this 5v5. Oh, TP actually.
A lot of TPs coming out. Yeah, the Wild Hunter Parasite is here. He's probably noticed that maybe a couple leaving, but he's going to go for the 9. No, unsuccessful. Very close. He's going to try to stop somebody. No. Yeah, he can't do that, obviously, though. So Malik can force in the middle lane, and that'll be a cleanup on a Pebbles right there.
I fail, man.
Yeah.
That Tempest move was pretty fair. He could have just stunned him, but yeah, he used Tempest move. He tried to catch. He tried to catch, and it was Parasite and Pebbles, but he like, it ran right next to Pebbles, and the stun wore out from Magnus, and then Pebbles just stunned, and then Tempest ulted into a stunned Pebbles, and got cancelled, but not the biggest of deals, but Tempest ultimate is still down, though. They lost the tier 1 top, actually, so something to be noted. I mean, it's kind of hard, though, for Night Raid, though, because they kind of need Warbeast to have a Shogun Head before they start team fighting, because otherwise it's going to be like kind of 4v5, and with Warbeast having such a bad start, he's so far away from Shogun Head, so I mean, their hands are sort of tied in this sort of position, and Dawn are going to take advantage and take a tier 2, is even the Conqueror as well, actually. They've got Whispering Helm and Melican, so...
Freaking Parasites, man. Just love it they could do this. Sitting in the Hell Cannon, just running through the whole freaking team. Now Pharaoh comes in with the counter initiation. Malikan is jumped on. The Blazing Strike is going to be enough, but at what cost? Your eruption is being challenged, but it can't get off. He got stunned in mid-channel of it. Wretched Hag in the meantime, she's barely getting away. Warbeast in that ulti form is doing plenty of damage. So this is a fight that Night Raid was looking for here. Making some kills happen. Maybe killing a Pharaoh. Oh, the Hail Mary Chuck. It does finish off Pharaoh in the end. Magnus, he has barely enough mana for the stun. Now he definitely has enough. Just a matter of does he need to use it. He's maybe going to wait. Okay, he dodges Stalagmites. And even it's going to go back in now as a result. It's a good patience coming out. Stun on a Wretched Hag in the meantime. Not really on a Pebble, so I don't know if they would have had to kill anyways.
Imagine if Tempest has an ultimate in that last team fight, though. Like, that's all one for Dawn. And I mean, I don't like to sort of criticize sort of a little bit of misplays because I mean it happens. We all make mistakes. But that team fight middle, though, if he has that Tempest ultimate, that engagement is so much better for Dawn there. I mean, Dawn and exactly I was saying. Sorry, Night Raid. I was saying they couldn't really team fight, and I mean clearly they showed me wrong because absolutely dominated that team fight. And Warbeast, even though he doesn't have a strong head, he's doing a lot of work, but. Again, though, they were fighting against Tempest without an ultimate. They were fighting Malikan without a strong head, so still good for them. But there's some bad omens on the way.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the cool thing about a Warbeast. It really goes back to on paper you might say to yourself like, okay, well he's not the best team fight hero. He needs farm, and eventually we'll start tearing through people. But his W really gives him that team fight presence.
Yeah,
now on one hand. We're seeing the W because he went suicide. Now, if he was a jungling Warbeast, usually you would see the passive as well as leveled up with the Hellhounds, of course. And so his teamfight presence would then definitely be a lot more less than it is now. But yeah, heavy level 4, I mean, that's 44 bonus attack damage that he's giving to his teammates at no mana cost for everyone. And hold on, they got 16 seconds, so...
It's like 166 damage per all attack for the whole team, practically.
Yeah,
so
when you factor it
it's
that
a lot of... It's a big deal, honestly, so...
Pretty big deal indeed. Malakin, he's got the Sanitarius Whispering Helm, good combo there, and as I always go back to kind of the Holy Trinities coming up, he's getting closer to the Shrunken Head now as well. 522 gold per minute, kind of maintaining a pretty solid GPM there, but definitely as Night Raid showed last fight, this is definitely still a game that they're going to be fighting for, and hey, when it comes to late games, sure, the Malakin star, but it's going back to War Beast. He's up there as one of the scariest in the game, obviously, and for good reason when he gets the late game and has great farm to go with it. So this being that, on top of Game 3, of course, Night Raid can definitely give it their all here. See what they can make happen. But Kongor attempt now coming out. And there is no vision, however, a Hellhound is coming over. It's invis, it is going to be spotted by the Rev Ward, but at least it's going to give Night Raid the information that they're looking for. That's happening. Now the question is, will they react? It looks like they are heading in that direction. Wild Hunter coming out. Now he's got to know there's a Rev Ward, I mean, but he is magic immune, so I guess it's not the biggest deal there. Yeah, they're not going to give this up for free, that's for sure. They'll put up a bit of a fight here. We'll see what the opening they're looking for. You see King Split, if anything, he's kind of just harassing them in a sense of keeping them occupied. Uh-oh. Malakin. Malakin has a double damage bottled up, by the way. That's scary in itself. I just love what King Plato's doing, though. He's basically playing a moving sentry right here.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Awkward. Really awkward all of a sudden. Uh-oh. Okay, he's going to be fine. Is he? No, maybe not, actually. He's kind of off to the side. He can't take over the screws, of course. In comes the Melody. Stopped immediately, but Pharaoh, he's locking down Pebbles in the background. Malakin opens on a Parasite. Parasite goes down. The double damage pop. The Tempest Ultimate Bat Blast hits multiple heroes, but it's not enough. Follow-up. Eruption channeled. It goes out. Pyromancer. He will fall through those. Look at the denying the process as well. Freaking Rhapsody denying Magnus at the last second. Hat-trick coming out for Probusk. And again, the initiation was kind of awkward. Parasite was getting a little too...
Back on Pebbles.
He thought it was more safe than he really was. But yeah, Pebbles buys back as well as Parasite for that matter. So you see Malakin is kind of healing himself up, and in the end they are just going to say, screw it, we'll get Conqueror later at this point. But yeah, I think it's safe to say a 1-5 for Dawn right there.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I mean, I love Pyromancer though. You saw the kind of burst potential. Like, instead of stunning Tempest, you can just ult him and kill him instead. Love it. It's so funny, but... yeah, I mean, the team fight for Night Raid, though, you're starting to see like they don't have the greatest AoE. Like, compared to, say, Dawn, they've got the Tempest, they've got Malakin, they've even got Magnus as well with Portal Key. But for Night Raid, all they've got is kind of Pebbles, and without the Shrunken Head on War Beast, like, yeah, he's providing something to the team, but it's just not enough compared to, say, like, the suicide potential of, like, Pharaoh or Tempest in that respect. And the team fight for Dawn is just too much, and seeing as when they're behind in Golden Experience as well, it's just they don't have enough oomph really in these team fights to sort of take these team fights considerably.
Yeah. See Misery taking to the tower right there with a nice good old chuck of his, so gets credit for him and his team, and that'll be a good burst of gold that they definitely need here. But yeah, Malakin again with that Holy Trinity, the Shrunken Head just finished. Scary stuff there indeed. You got the Portal Key, of course, on Magnus. So it isn't just the Malakin, although he is a lot of it, and it kind of goes back to the first game similarities, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, where Probusk, sure, he was up there as far as GPM goes on the Soul Stealer, but I mean, as far as his team, it wasn't necessarily nearly as high. He's absorbing and soaking up a lot of the farm, for good reason, sure, but that's kind of what they like to run, the idea of the kind of that 1-4 strategy, of making sure he gets that, and that is your priority the whole game, so... That's and we saw that game. I mean, sure, they came out on top, but Night Raid definitely had some good chances, just like they will this game. And it goes back to War Beast and his ultimate potential. Now, 236 gold per minute, having 5 deaths obviously is not helping there, but you do give him enough time, and it can eventually get to a scary shit. And you definitely can't overlook the Wretched Hag, of course. He's got the light brand here, so. Are we going to see a puzzle box pick up? Yeah, looks like King Plato is going for one of those. They're back at Kongor. Gonna go for
they got vision though. Night Raid knows when it's going to happen, but even though they know it, like I don't know if they can really contest it because the team fight for Dawn is just too much. And I mean, Night Raid are going to come over, but I just don't know if they can really do it.
Yeah. see. I mean, it's tough. You almost got to question if Dawn really even needs this to the point as are they wasting time themselves really trying to commit to making this happen? Because they are going to possibly lose their top tower. No, never mind. Hag is actually going to port away and not risk.
No, they should. Dawn should try and take it though, because their team fight is stronger, and obviously the token is going to be able for them to actually take high ground, so they should definitely take it, but they're going in.
There's a jump onto Pebbles. Initially starting, Conquer goes down. Malika picks up the token, so this is the worst timing right here for Night Raid. Absolutely. They got the token. You need to get the hell on out of there. So with one dead, is there going to be more casualties? It doesn't look like it. So at least, you know, big picture, not the worst for Night Raid, but still, they lose Pebbles. And now here comes the group up and pushing one of these lanes here.
Yeah, I mean... And again, though, it just shows their sort of indecision here for Night Raid. Like, I mean, I talk about how important leadership is, but I mean, like, they were sort of skirting around the team fight, and then when Congo dies, they decide to go in. Like, you either go in straight away, or you back off. You try and split push, like you said, try and take the tier 2 top, or even if you just farm, but just sort of sitting around there waiting is just not the play to make, because now they lose their Pebbles. He does have a buyback, but he'd be his final one, and Dawn are just busy taking down the tier 3 in mid now, and again, indecision really paying. You know, harshness actually here for Night Raid, but Pebbles is back up though.
Well, Warby is doing what he does best. He is going to do the split push idea of, you know, if they're going to push our middle lane and we're not going to be able to defend, I might as well push your base tower. And he's going to get it. I mean, him and Parasite actually are here, so
they should carry on. They should carry on.
Why not?
They can't team fight. And they have no TPs. They don't have a TP on Raps. They don't have a TP on Malikan. There's only 3 people. They should try and force it. Warby and Parasite will say, here comes the TP rotation.
Yep.
That's fine, but that's the right play to make. Although Parasite, is he going to be fine? He should be fine, I think. They're going to try and catch him.
Yeah, no, he's not going to get him. Oh, if he spots Warbeast, word.
You can't ulti.
Yeah, I mean,
Magic
even I knew that. To be fair, magic immunity for the win.
Lol picks, man. He's had some questionable players.
Well, he tried at least. It's not the longest cooldown. I mean, it's like whatever. It's not a big deal, but it was. It's one of those cases. You know, I will say this. It's one of those cases of like even that really shows you even at the top players that play this at a high level. When you have to make split-second decisions, you're kind of in the moment. You say, oh, well, we got to try to chase him down. I'm going to try to ult him real quickly. Will this work? I don't know. You're kind of processing that through your head, and you just say, screw it, I'm going to go for it. Yeah, well, it didn't work. Okay, whatever. Like I said, not the longest cooldown. Labyrinth does get picked off in the meantime at the top lane. That does work for Dawn. Or, I keep thinking they're on the legacy, but Night Raid, excuse me.
I don't know.
I don't know why. It's confusing.
It's names, man. Just, like, it's because of the different tags, man. Like, you got Dawn and Busk and Rexos for Dawn, and then you got Absolute Legends and all. Just tag up, man. It's not hard.
One of these days, we'll have a cycle where every team is tagged up.
Well, that day will be glorious.
That day will be amazing. But yeah, I mean, that's, again, big. Warbeast, he's 2,600 gold saved up. He's really getting quite the pool here now. Pharaoh, this time he does hit the ultimate and actually catches 2 heroes now. He doesn't have the biggest support follow-up initially. Here we go, the Rhapsody protecting Melody. It is going to stop the damage. Pharaoh will survive. Malikan, sword throw in. He's going to easily pick off Warbeast, and he's going for more. Maybe ulti? No, couldn't get it in time. And Wretchedag blinks away for the time being. So, Toka does have just under 2 minutes remaining on it now. And you do see Soul's Bulwark picked up by Malikan. So here comes that top tower push here. So as I was just about to kind of praise Night Raid and that was a big pickup and kind of slowing things down, then that happens, and now they're going to lose another tower. But again, it's very similar to game 1. I still think Night Raid has solid chances here. It's just you are dealing against a carry player on the other side. In this case, Probus playing the Malikan that continues to just be way up there in farm. I will say this, when it comes to maybe the later game presence, it's actually Malikan. Wow, big combo off the bat. But he's just like, you know what, I got a token, not really too worried. He's going to be fine even right there, even losing the Insanitarius buff. But Soul Stealer, more of a mid-game carry. Malikan, definitely more of he has a lot of late-game potential, especially that compared to a Soul Stealer. So I guess that's kind of the thing to fall back on, too, for Dawn. What's up?
There's no Soul Stealer in this game.
No, that's what I'm talking about, compared to game 1. When they had a Soul
right,
Stealer.
Sorry, I was like, what?
Yeah,
I'm
no.
so confused, man.
Well,
yeah, no, I got it, yeah.
So, kind of a stupid point, I guess, but anyways,
No.
it stands. This tower, it's going to fall too, yeah. Token is going to be wearing off here, but I just love how you can heal back up so quickly, too. I mean, sure, the Protective Melody helps, but, yep, pops on the, what are those, the Life Essence.
I think the biggest thing about
Goes back
Mannequin though
up.
is that like he can easily siege towers quite simply because normally like you got carries, particularly like 26, 27 minutes, like they're going to be fragile. They have maybe Shrunken Head and maybe Giant's Bane at the most, but Mannequin, like with all the items he can, actually they're going in.
Pebbles jumps in. Farrell missed his ultimate. There's Melody in the back row. Will mitigate once again. Going to be a full duration. Tempest already dead though. Eruption goes off, but now Magma's going to fall shortly after. It looks like yes, he will. Malikan in the meantime, he's in that ulti form. He's doing plenty of splash damage. Pebbles, Parasite, and Hack already picked off, so it's just Warbies and Powermans all of a sudden, and they have to run back to base. Buyback situation. Pebbles has it. He uses it right there. That will be his final buyback, by the way. So that's not the best case, but hey, Misery had to, really didn't have a choice in terms of saving the racks right there. So, again, it's like, sure, Night Raid sticking in there, but Dawn winning another big fight. And Malikan especially staying alive. 4,300 gold. I guess he's just going to finish off a Demonic here at this point, but jeez.
But yeah, I was just going back to Melican before the team fight, but like the great thing about him is that he's kind of like he has a lot of presence in the mid game because he's sort of tanky, because he's the skill set he's got. But it really is really useful in terms of sort of sieging the base though, because he can be up on the front ground because he's so tanky. And I mean, if you go on to Malikan, which you kind of have to because he's doing so much damage, then there's always the potential for his team to back him up. They've got Astrolabe on Tempest now as well, and I mean, I don't think they have the burst to bring down Malikan, like let alone twice. Obviously, when he had the token, so it's just a nice pickup, particularly in these sort of pushing in sort of team fight sort of lineups. It's sort of good to see.
Pharaoh? Okay, well, this is a little bit interesting situation. He actually is going to get away. Yeah, I mean, Blazing Strike actually didn't even have enough mana. This is kind of a downside at the same time. I've always support Pyromancer. Sure, if he gets the levels, it's good, but at the same time, level 2 ultimate costs him, what is it, 420 mana. I mean, we're talking about a Pyromancer with Steam Boots. That's it when it comes to stats. So that's basically half of his mana pool at this point, even a little more.
Needs to get Gravelock hit.
Yeah, something like that would obviously be ideal. So, but,
gets no gold though. It's poor little support.
That's the life of the lonely support, unfortunately. So it has to deal with that. But that Shrunken Head actually going to be finished here on Warbeast. He's got the gold for it. Now he might have been spotted right there. No, he wasn't. But middle lane they do spot an Illusion Pebbles.
Man, with that Jade skin as well.
Yep.
Already got me
Can't
there.
tell. Almost got the Elborn team, but actually they didn't use a whole lot, so not the biggest deal. And yeah, there's a Grimoire and a Cookies playing the Wretched Hack. So again, he's kind of been quiet, I feel like, as far as his impact.
I mean,
but
to me, I really think that for like what's his team name? Night Raid, yeah. Man, this tags again.
That was good.
For Night Raid, though, I think the biggest aspect of their game plan should honestly be split push. They've got great split pushing heroes. They've got Wretched Hag, and they've actually got Warbeast as well. But they've got Puzzle Boxer on Parasite, and people do underrate it, but he pushes very, very quickly. They don't think they're going to be able to take a team fight. So whenever Dawn sort of group up to push, start pushing down that bottom lane. They've got the tier 3 down. You know, the Rax is exposed, as is the Rax in the middle lane as well for Night Raid. So, I mean, yeah, they might not be able to take a team fight just yet because they don't have the farmer on Warbeast yet. They don't have the Shrunken Head on Wretched Hag either. Actually, bottom lane though, Magnus might be getting called.
Yeah, but the bait of the century indeed. The turn on the Parasite right here. He is going to be going down, and you see what Parasite thought was one hero, all of a sudden turns into 4. Just that quickly. So Wretched Hag, it's almost as if Cookies thought that or knew that was coming, so he actually got away pretty quickly. Unfortunately, Parasite didn't see the same, and King Pluto picked off. So you see the chase continuing. Malikan, he's looking for a chance to catch him, but that ain't going to happen. At the top tower, Pebbles trying to push in this top tower at least. Get a little bit of something here. As far as a victory for them, but middle lane actually, Wretched Hag gets caught. Are we going to see Tempest ultimate? No, we're not. He needed to do that if they wanted a kill chance. He chooses it's not worth it right there. So
yeah, here comes the split push though, and I just love the play coming out from hook. Oh, he's got 3D.
Yep.
Thought he's going to catch Wretched Hag there, but no. Yeah, the split push is real though here for Night Raid, and they've got all the tools and all the heroes to do it. And why shouldn't they? I mean, I don't think they can take a team fight compared to sort of Dawn's sort of team fight potential here. They need to sort of push out lanes as much as possible, try and delay the snowball and the 5-man push coming out from Dawn, and push side lanes in the meantime. Like they need Shrunken Head on Wretched Hag, they need Shrunken Head on Warbeast before they fight, and until then they shouldn't. Yeah, they're going to lose Rax middle lane, but they might be able to trade Rax bottom. And it's all about trades at the moment here for Night Raid, and Dawn, obviously they've got to try and take a team fight and catch the the heroes out. They call Parasite bottom lane, but seeing as the lanes are pushed out quite well by Night Raid, they weren't able to sort of transition that into the rack push middle, because Parasite's going to be up now when they start pushing mid.
Yeah. Okay, so just a quick pause right there, and looks like we're going to be good to go here to resume on. But again, a 6,200 gold lead, 6,400 experience lead here for Dawn. This really is anyone's game still. Sure, the slight advantage for Dawn, and again, Probuscus on the Malikan looking strong, but
it's about damn time.
This could come down to just one big team fight. Could be the difference maker and keep you alive here in Cycle 4. Again, the loser, they are finished, and we'll finish 4th place. Still some solid money in the end to go home with, but as you would expect, the further you advance on, the more there is, and the more you play you get, and pride factor kicks in as well. So bottom lane Hag is going to clean up what she can down here. Again, she's got the level 3 Bat Blast. She has that more, so a lot of damage potential from her, and well on a way to a Shrunken Head follow-up as well. Third Kongor has got to be spawning here shortly, and you can kind of tell that's what Dawn definitely is going to be waiting for, most likely, at this point. So once again, guys, we are waiting for, we will be transitioning into Sync versus Bad Monkey Gaming here after this series does officially finish. Bottom lane, Wretched Hag. Okay, I like how he taunted her. It's like, yeah, we're coming. You might want to fall back, and that she did. But anyways, BMG versus Sync going to be coming up next, guys. In winter bracket finals, that'll be a best out of 3, of course. A little bit later of a start here today because of this match getting delayed initially, but in the end, it will be coming, and it'll be happening after the series, obviously. So definitely stay tuned to that one. A classic series of the team names, but definitely the first time we've seen this new matchup here of what is the new BMG look. So more Ancients being cleared up, and again, you can really just tell. It's like I said, it's the Reason. It's kind of funny that's Probuscus, because he used to play for Reason, and their strategy a lot of the time was centered around just getting farm for Imba Boy. Now that kind of has transitioned a little bit. It's not nearly as much as it was, but still, that was their strategy. That's what we're seeing here with Dawn. That's what we've seen throughout the cycle so far. They just say, you know what, you're a great player, you're a carry player. We're gonna form around you. You get the farm, and then you can ultimately do the carry thing.
Look at this split push top, by the way, from Warbeast. They can't fight this Congo. Just give him up and try and split push. Someone should be bottom as well, because like the racks are exposed here, but it's looking like they're going to try and team fight, and they can't, put simply, and yet they're trying to go in.
Uh-oh, Pebbles. Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking right here. He was looking for a quick pick. That was just silly, though. He ends up falling.
The team decision making here from Night Raid, like it was in game 1 as well. The decision making is just a little bit off, and when they should be split pushing, they're trying to take a team fight when they clearly can't. And that wasn't even a team fight; they were just sort of watching Congo being taken. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it was silly. I mean, and there's so many reasons why that was just bad, because not only do they not get as much as they possibly could have in the end as far as split pushing, but Pebbles doesn't have a buyback. He's down for 30 seconds. Even if he wanted to, he wouldn't be able to. Again, he's out of buybacks completely. And so we're going to see now a push middle lane. They're going to go for their first set of racks here, and I think they're going to get it. If you're a Night Raid here, yeah, do you truly try to defend? Now, bottom lane, as you're talking about, Parasite takes over as Mauler. He is going to try to kill the melee racks himself. Now, we do see a Magnus poured in, so they're not going to give this up so easy, but the top lane, so the split pushing is real. Exactly what they should have been doing. With the Kongor, but they get the middle racks, though, does Dawn. With that said, bottom lane, the lockdown on a Parasite Eruption comes out, and Parasite is going to fall, so he made them use quite a bit, but look at the top melee racks. Is it actually going to fall right here? It is. What happened down here in the meantime? Probus got a kill.
Oh, man. Yeah, but the stun from Pebbles was on Pharaoh when he TP'd. Like.
Okay.
And that's why the question mark came up, because it was so close. But yeah, like the Rex has lost top, so all of that sort of token being taken and the Rosh, and they still kind of trade in that respect. And I mean, this is the kind of strategy I used to love to play when I was playing on IREX, because it just splits the enemy team across the map, and a lot of these teams, they're not used to playing against split push. I mean, if you think about the meta, it's all about team fight 5-on-5, and when you can really just play Rat Hon and just really just dance around the enemy team, not really take a team fight, play it, call it what you will, kind of like a pussy play, but it works well. And at the moment, I don't think Dawn are really kind of expecting it, because they were split off in multiple directions, not really covering all their angles. They covered bottom, but they obviously missed top, and they lost racks. And yeah, they are going to win these team fights, but I mean, if you're losing racks to sort of trade, then is it really worth it? Who knows, really?
Yeah.
But Yeah, go on.
Well, yeah, I mean, that just goes, use your strengths. I mean, what better hero than a War Beast to split push like we've seen so many times on competitive hunt? What better hero to help split push than a Wretched Hag? I mean, they have 2 heroes that are, you know, a Parasite for that matter, obviously, especially with the puzzle box, very good at that as well. So they're really their team makeup, and especially with the way this game's been going, that's what they're going to have to shot at. Oh, that's big, though. Wretched Hag, she just blinked in. Little did she know. Now she got the shrug it off the arrow. The hook misses from Pharaoh right there, and that probably would have done her in, but
yeah, I think that could have been it.
She does blink away.
It's superior, obviously, the Wrath of the Pharaoh, so that would have stunned her.
Yep. So gonna be fine. She did not have buyback either. Yeah, that was a.
But
that's a crucial miss.
The split push isn't on though. They should be bottom. You got Parasite bottom lane, but that's not enough, I don't think.
Yeah, they need a War Beast. War Beast needs to be doing the split push thing, but he is back at base currently. By the way, he actually got a stronger net, but he also got a Brutalizer on top of that, so he's actually progressed pretty well.
Like, another thing that Night Raid, like, I don't think they understand about when you play split push is that when the other team TPs, you have to engage on the enemy team, try and stop some TPs, try and take an engage in top lane, because as your bottom lane, Parasite's going to be dropping as well, actually. So, again, like, they have the right mindset and the right idea, but they're not executing it properly. Like, whenever the TPs come in from Dawn to sort of back off, you need to have your defenders to jump in and sort of stop those TPs and try and take a team fight, because obviously they're not going to be S5, and that's where you can take your advantages. But both Dawn and Night Raid playing this a little bit awkward, actually, in terms of the strategy. But
yeah. It's almost kind of turned into a chaotic game in a sense. And
yeah.
I mean, again, this is the 3rd game, and both teams trying to stay alive here in Cycle 4. Move on to tomorrow's losers bracket final match, but perhaps that has a little bit to do with it. But yeah, with that said, I mean, the lead continues to slightly grow here for Dawn. But Probusk is really at that point we were mentioning earlier how in Malikan specifically, he happens to be 3-0 with around 630 gold per minute or so. Well, guess what? He's at 634 gold per minute right now. I mean, the farm obviously shows that he's going to be chucked right there, but he has a token. He's got the symbol of rage on top now. In fact, he's going to jump, and for a second I thought that was War Beast, and I was like, wow. But okay, it's a Pyromancer, but still, he got picked up pretty damn quickly there. Pharaoh goes to the background. They jump Pebbles as a team right here. Pebbles has no clue what hit him, and he's going to end up falling here. He actually chucks Pharaoh into the well, but it's not enough damage. Now, while this is happening, yep, look at War Beast doing his work up here. So the Matherax middle will go down, but War Beast, the top was already destroyed, really. So
they're going
he has to fall back. Yeah, all-in coming out. Pebbles cannot bite back. We'll see what happens here. Wretched Hag jumps in. She gets free immediately. She can't even struck. And the Temple locks her down. It locks down War Beast as well. He might end up falling. Yes, he will. Protect him out just to help save in case Parasite. He's going to end up falling, and that could very likely do it. Wretched Hag buys back, but GGs are being called. Dawn's going to take game 3. And as a result, they will move on to the losers bracket finals, which will take place again tomorrow. But, I mean, a hell of a fight, sure. But yeah, I gotta agree with you. A lot of that perhaps came down to Night Raid, just maybe not necessarily being the most comfortable with this whole idea of split pushing kind of strategy.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, we never see it in home because it's always team fight versus team fight. It's always 5v5. We don't really see a lot of different strategies coming out because of, I don't know, one reason or another. But again, good idea. But in the end, Dawn just a little bit too ahead in terms of golden experience. And honestly, I think the sort of split push was coming out a little bit too late. And a little bit too slow, but in the end, congratulations to Dawn. But again, man, Pro Boss 19-1-7. I mean, like, you say what you will, man, but that guy, man, just knows how to carry.
Wow.
Put it simply.
19-1-7. Yeah.
That's like back-to-back games in one series. He's got above 700 GPM. Like you barely see 700 GPM made, but do it in the same series. That's just ridiculous. Like.
Safe to say he had he was a lot. He was a lot of the reasons why, again, Dawn ultimately doing enough to come out on top. But hey, who cares how it happened in the end? They take the series victory, and that's really what matters. So congratulations to them. They got to be feeling good. Now, Night Raid, again, you know, especially this kind of being a newer team to an extent. They formerly The Last of Us. They even changed the roster up a little bit, adding on Cookies, dropping Narcy, going to Cycle 4 here. And, hey, 4th place finish, nothing too disappointing in the end.
Not too bad. Yeah.
But, you know, the fact that no American team made top 3, I am a little disappointed, but so much
it's
for
to
that.
be expected, though, to be fair. Though.
Hey now. Okay, but anyways, enough of that, though. We obviously got to take a short break here because, ladies and gentlemen, we got the winter bracket finals. And again, we're already delayed with it, so we got to get that